talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about this. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about rumors. Let's talk about facts.
We gon' talk about life. We gon' talk about death. Romance, finances, generational wealth.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Hello. Hey. How y'all doing?
Welcome.
Welcome. I am Marsha E. Dudley.
And I'm Etoya Lewis.
And welcome to
Let's Talk About It.
All right, so we had a really good subject. We always have really good subjects.
Yes, but this one really hits home, especially for me. You know, being a dark-skinned sister.
Are you dark-skinned?
As opposed to being what-skinned? I'm fully melanated.
You're chocolate.
And I love it.
Mm-hmm.
All of it.
All right, so I had to find us. When we jump on here, we have to find so that we can see these good old comments. So yeah, we have
ready.
A really
be ready.
good. We have a very, very good topic, and so I'm gonna let you start it off. Wait a minute, hold on. Wait a minute. Before we start this off, wait a minute, y'all. I need y'all to really, really look at all of this fabulous.
All of this fabulous.
All of it. You better work.
You see that?
Yes.
You see that?
Give them all of that. All of it. Yes. And then hold on. You gotta see our shirts.
Let's talk about it. Hey, let's talk about it. Hey. Okay, we doing too much.
Sorry.
So what are we talking about tonight? We're talking about the hate that we give each other as a community, a Black community. And within that topic, we're going to discuss self-hatred. We're going to discuss colorism. Mm-hmm. And what else? There's something else we're discussing. Okay. So
it was racism, self-hate. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Racism within our own community. Yeah.
Yes. And we're going to also dive in the conversation of Kirk Franklin and what happened with him and his son, because it kind of, lends itself to everything that we're going to be discussing anyway.
Yeah.
So.
And everybody else can discuss. I think we should discuss.
I know. We should talk about it.
Yes.
Okay. So, let me ask you, how has your life been impacted by colorism, self-hatred? Do you have any type of self-hatred? Because some people gonna say no, but they're gonna be lying.
Yeah, I have self-hatred.
But it's not, for me, it's not. Okay, I'll let you tell yours. No. Because for me, I don't know if y'all know this, if y'all follow me on anything, but I love me. Let's not get that twisted, okay? But I feel like sometimes opportunities are missed because of the color of my skin, or things happen because the color of my skin, and it gets me pissed. Mm-hmm. I think I just directed to the wrong place, like it's directed back at me versus to the ignorant people that's doing it. Yes, you know what I'm saying?
I got you.
Okay. Because I don't want y'all to think for 1 second that this chick right here has a problem with what she looks like. Because I don't.
Lord, this is going to be a loud night.
No, it's not. No, it's not. So what about you? Like,
so you already know what my issues are. Like, definitely my weight. But my thing is, if there's something about yourself that you do not like, you change it. Mm-hmm. And I think for me, it's not going as quickly as I thought it would. And I had to give myself some grace and mercy. And so I had started listening to all these different affirmations and different stuff like that, because I just feel like, a lot of self-hatred is because we don't love ourselves. And in order to love yourself, you got to first know who you are and appreciate who you are in this space right now. And so that's what I have done.
Okay, let me read this definition. Self-hatred, an internalization of the prejudices of a dominant culture against a subculture by members belonging to that subculture. Now, self-hatred and self-harm are two different things, because self-harm plays on your a low self-esteem about something. So the self-hatred part,
I don't hate myself.
I love me, but there are things about me that because of another culture will make me kind of, even for a second, feel bad about.
Well, my thing is, just think about it. People always talk about the fat, black, angry woman. Okay, so that's the part that I don't like, and I don't want to be associated with that. So I'm not angry or anything like that, even though a lot of people, they tend to see my assertiveness, my confidence as being bossy.
That will always happen.
Yeah. And me, it seems like being a black woman, for me, always I'm very bold. And sometimes people always have this thing that, oh, she's bossy, or she does this or she does that, and that's not true. And so yes, I do. I try to make sure I'm losing weight, not to break the whole fat black woman stigma, none of that, but to be healthy. But I don't want to fit that stigma either.
And that's on you though. Like, nobody should feel some type of way about how you feel about what you have to endure.
Yeah, and to me, I like if you don't like something about yourself, you should do something about it. You're either gonna talk about it or you're gonna do something about it. I'm doing something about it.
Okay. So have you had any circumstances where colorism was a thing for you?
Okay, so
let me define colorism real quick.
Yeah.
Prejudice or discrimination against individuals with a dark tone, typically among individuals of the same ethnic or racial group. And being a colorist means that you favor light skin over dark skin.
So for me, my mother is extremely light skinned and my dad is extremely dark skinned. And so growing up, when I would be out with my mother, nobody ever thought that she was my mom. And you don't say my mama, right?
Yeah,
I'm sorry, but most people they like, and I was extremely dark. I don't lighten up, but
so have I.
Yeah, and so everybody was like, thank your mama, or stuff like that. It didn't make me feel any kind of way because my mom always reinforced that black is beautiful. And she always would tell me, she was very, very light, fair skinned, and she would say, I wish I was your color. So I grew up very proud of my color. Now I had cousins and stuff that would tell me that I was black, a tar baby, and stuff like that. But it didn't bother me. I don't know. My mom, like I said, my mom helped my confidence when it came to my color.
I told you my story about what I said. I'll never forget when my cousin said to me that I was going to be pretty for a dark skinned girl. That has stuck with me.
That would have stuck with me.
And he was my favorite cousin. And I looked at him different from that point on.
Yeah.
Like, what you mean? I'm cute because I'm cute. You know, like, for a dark skinned girl. Has anyone ever told you, oh, you're pretty for?
I've heard that a ton.
What does that mean?
I know. I've always.
How do you respond to that though?
You just don't. There's nothing. What can you?
Because I feel like it's our responsibility as Black people to correct people when they misbehave. Not get all stank and all the head rolling and the finger pointing and the do. No, not that.
But
I'm pretty just because I came from beautiful Black people.
I've gotten more from Black men. Yes, because
really, it's usually older white women.
Yeah, but when I was living in New Mexico, I got it from black men because there wasn't that many black people down there, and they would tell me, "Oh, you're cute for a black girl, or whatever." But they were all dealing with the Hispanic
Hispanics.
women that look, and in New Mexico, they're very fair skinned Hispanics. They're not dark skinned. They look like white people. And living down there, yeah, I got a lot of that. You're cute for a black girl.
Yeah.
But anyway,
That
now
sucks. Okay, you guys, what are some of your stories on self-hatred, colorism, racism? Have you ever experienced racism? You want to talk about what racism is? There's a lot written down on this paper and I can't see.
no, listen. I think no. I want to hear what they have to say about. First of all, I do want to say this as far as in our own community. Um, I have seen that, especially growing up, that fair skinned black girls were treated better than dark skinned black girls. I now that I've witnessed it, but as far as them doing it to me, no. But I've definitely witnessed
So
it.
in what
We do
you've
it all the
seen,
time.
what is it that you've seen? Like what made the difference in the treatment?
She was considered pretty, even
She
though
had a dog face. Is that what you want to say? Because you know most of them do. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. Joke.
yes, but they looked okay, but it wasn't like she was beautiful. But because she was light skinned, she was considered beautiful,
Hmm.
and I thought that was, you know,
So where do we get that from? What is
we get it from white people. We get it from did this to us. They turn us against.
did they do it to us or did we do it to ourselves?
No, when they put all the white when they put all the light skin,
They're babies.
yes, in the house
Yeah.
and put us in the. I mean, you've been in the field. I wouldn't have, because I would have. Never mind.
Okay. Rebecca says light skinned, curly haired black girls in my generation are definitely favored over skin.
And that's bad
It's
because
probably
Rebecca's
16.
yes. Just think about it. That means that this is still going on. It was going on during our grandparents' time, and now this baby is 16, and it's still going on. So, what do we do as a community to stop that?
Okay.
Why is it that?
Okay, well here's a light bright right here. Wanna tune in, Nikita.
Come on.
Okay, let me stop. No, Kita, no, I love her. She said, I've been treated bad about my color of my skin and had a hard time in school. I was not privileged.
Yeah, and let me tell you something, and I'm glad Keita said that because she's coming from the light. My I understand. My mother came from it. My mama hated being light skinned. It's I think we all black girls
You get it from
because
both
yes,
ends.
because black girls were treated like bad because they were not light skinned, so they were mean to the light skinned girls.
What was school days?
Yes,
School days, yeah.
yes,
It
that was
you know
real.
it's real.
That was real school
Light
days.
skin, long, pretty, straight.
Jigaboo.
Mm-hmm.
I'm playing. But and that just goes to show you, I think we all have experienced some level of it. And then when it comes to a white woman, whether you light skin or black skin, you're underneath her. And I think some of it has to do with our black men. And the reason why I say that is because as soon as a black man make it into the NBA, to the NFL, to whatever, the first thing that he feel, I think I shouldn't do this.
You should not.
Yeah.
But we're talking about it. So you kind of like
no.
This is my observation. This is what I've observed. Don't say that this is what it is
because I don't
because
feel like that.
This isn't what it is. This is what she's observed.
Yeah, because let me tell you something. I don't care about that at all. So let me just put that out there, okay? Because in my family, we're like the Rainbow Coalition. So I don't care about no white and black. I don't even want to do that. Good God. I almost listen.
Look at God. Won't he do it?
I'll let you go.
Okay, so I have a story about, I don't want to say it was racism, but I guess it's a colorist thing because my friend Tanisha and I, we were in South Carolina in Hilton Head or Beaufort, one of the two. We was at a restaurant and we stood there for I don't know how long waiting to be seated.
Mm-hmm.
And she looked at me and she said, I've never been treated like this. I think it's because I'm with you.
And she was probably right.
And I told her, I said, well, you probably like, because she's bright.
Mm-hmm.
Bright. So they probably think, oh, she gets the best of everything.
No.
She's like, I've never been treated like this. Now I bring you with me. I know it's you. It's just like, girl, bye. Any stories? I know we are not the only ones that have stories about what we're going through. Okay, so y'all being quiet today. We got at least 8 people on here. Ain't nobody saying nothing. That's how this works. We talk, we ask questions, and then y'all answer.
This subject is so like it's needed, but it's like you're ripping off a band-aid, and it's like you to get to the core of it. It's like you have to have an ugly conversation and then try and clean it back up.
No, you just have the conversation. Okay, David. David said some stuff for me now. Okay. While it didn't bother me that much, mainly because I was always a fighter and would hold my own when it came to jokes. I was just getting ready to talk about that. In disparaging terms. I was always called light breed by my social circle, which was mostly dark skin. I actually never saw myself that way until my darker skinned friends labeled me.
Wow. But the thing is, how do we correct something that was embedded in us and we passed it on to generation? I said, look at Rebecca is 16 years old.
She just made another comment too.
You know?
She said, being in South Carolina for this song, I've heard you're pretty for a Black girl 1,000 times.
Yeah.
So how do you respond to that, Rebecca? Like, do you just go, okay, I've heard that before? But that's not how we should. I feel like that's what's wrong. We don't correct the behavior. Keita says, I was told I have majority white in my blood, but I took the DNA test online, so I have my results.
I want to hear them.
Okay, let's hear it. You have 0 nothing. But as Black people, we create all colors. So it doesn't matter if you had someone. That doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Carlos, we was just talking about the movie School Days, highlighted a lot of the hate that we all tend to go through as a whole. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I want to ask, do guys feel that? Okay, like David just said that his friends labeled him that, and they probably joked with him. But do y'all? I don't think that men feel it the way that we feel it as women.
I don't think they're as self-conscious about it.
You remember when light-skinned men went out and dark-skinned? They talking about
Wesley Snipes. Mm-hmm. First it was Christopher Williams. And none of that.
Then they said light-skinned went out and black was in.
Okay. David says, because I'm light-skinned, I've always heard that I was conceited and a pretty boy. Mm-hmm. I never saw myself that way. But again, I was labeled, okay, Jake Steve. Rebecca says, usually when someone says that, I say thank you, because in some situations there's nothing else to say.
I'm telling you, it's
but in my head, I'm like, if I was purple, I'd still be pretty. Oh,
that's right.
You're so sweet. 79% sub-Saharan. What? 45% Nigerian.
Girl.
You black.
She said she Igbo. She from that Igbo tribe.
That is so funny. Okay, so do you think that we are raised to hate each other?
Yes,
How?
because you will have a family where, like you said, let's say that, okay, my grandmother had 14 children. The
Mm-hmm.
other 14 children, five of them were light skinned, a couple of them was this color, and then a couple of them were black. Well, the ones that were light skinned got treated way worse than the ones that were black, and that's within
I
their
wonder if
family.
Carlos is gonna chime in on some of this, like what we're talking about right here. I don't want to hear about school days. I want to hear about in your
Yes,
family,
we
because
are
it makes
taught to
it
hate.
makes a difference when we refer to movies or whatever. But in your family is when it
Yes.
hurts the most, because these are the people that are supposed to love you and protect you.
But Toy, we're raised with it. It's like it's not even.
Yes, we are taught to hate each other. Thank you. She's talking about hate is taught. Okay. So you know how you were talking about joking and whatnot?
Mhm.
That's a part of it.
Yeah.
All that, oh, you so black, blah blah blah,
Mhm.
or that weighs on your brain. I feel it goes back to slavery days.
Yes.
We were conditioned to hate on each other starting on the plantation.
Yes, and we just kept passing that down. And it, to me, like I said, if Rebecca's 16 years old and it's still there, that means that we have did a piss poor job stopping it. And I'm not even gonna lie to you, like and this may sound so bad, but when I was pregnant, that I didn't care. I didn't care if Gianna was light skinned or dark. I didn't want her to be light skinned. I didn't want her to be light skinned. And then I didn't want her to be really, really dark, because I felt like if she's too light skinned, she may go. Well, Victor might not believe she's his, but I'm just playing. But she may have some issues, and then if she's too dark, she may have some issues. So I did. I was like, Lord, just let her be in the middle somewhere, because I felt like light skinned people do get treated bad. Black, real dark skinned people do get treated real bad. So I felt like I was in the middle and I was always good. So she'll be all right.
Okay. Travis says, as a community, I feel that this is a problem with many people in our culture. I have heard so many people say that because you speak correct English or live in a certain area, you think that you are better than your own culture. I do feel there is a lot of hate, jealousy, and a need to cast people in our culture in a negative light because they seem to get away from that self-hate culture.
Yeah.
So is there a, because he said that, so is there a you're not black enough thing?
Yeah. You
Yeah.
white.
Yeah. Just being different because I don't do what you do.
Yeah.
And I'm still just this country and Ebonics driven. I don't care though.
Yeah, but everybody's like, well, why do you talk about? And I do. When I code switch, when I around my
Code
white,
switch.
oh,
Hey.
when I'm around my white people, and it may sound crazy. It's not that when I'm yes when I'm around them, I do talk differently. When I'm around black people, I talk the way I want to talk, but I do talk like I got when I'm white.
So you're playing their game.
Yes, I have always played their game, and I think that that's the reason why so many black people don't win in life is because they don't know how to play the game.
Okay. So Drea says African booty scratcher. That's what I was called. And I don't even know what that means.
I think everybody was called an African booty scratching. You be like, oh, don't even scratch my booty.
I don't even know.
I
what that
ain't
means.
from Africa. Oh yeah, that was horrible.
Oh my God. Okay, so let's talk about the trust factor in our community.
Man, we don't trust each other, and I don't trust.
I think that's taught as well. I think that came from not having the fathers in the household or having things happen within the household that cause you to not trust people, because something about this man reminds me of my dad and I know he wasn't this.
Mm-hmm.
Or something about this girl reminds me of my cousin and they always was up to something no good.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that brings the trust.
And I think because how the media, I have realized, and I have stopped looking at the news so much. The media has brainwashed the world. They portray us as ignorant, as thieves, as this, as that, and we're just like white people. We're watching that, and we feel the same. We start feeling the same way about our own people.
We do,
We think
because we need them. We want them to do better because we already know we're gonna get talked about. We're gonna get beat down. We're gonna get shot. We're gonna get all these other things. So why do we have to, from the other culture? So why do we have to do this to ourselves? If we don't love us, then why do we expect somebody else to love us?
Yeah. Just think about this. When I say Chicago, what's the first thing?
I ain't going there.
Exactly.
I'm trying to get the drive by.
Yes.
Okay, Rebecca says, people tell me all the time I talk white because I talk like a proper human being and I don't say finna.
Oh, I say finna.
Finna. You finna get your hand it to you.
Finna. Rebecca, that is a proper word. Finna.
I think envy is a more relevant word to use in this day and age. Envy. I don't know. I think because even if we're both poor and we don't make anything, it's still the same. It's not that I'm envious. I ain't doing nothing. I don't want you to do nothing either. Okay. David says, I feel that there are plenty of unconsciousness biases and prejudice within the Black community. The crabs in the bear in the bucket mentality. I was just getting ready to say that when he said the envy, but I was like, wait, I feel like we've used it so much. I didn't want to say it, but he said it. Thank you.
But it's the truth. But so we're given all this. How do we fix it? How do we fix this? I mean, y'all tell me how to fix it. I'm going to throw something out there too. But where do we go to repair what happened to us 400 and something, almost 500 years ago? What do we do?
So David says much of this starts in the early socialization process during upbringing. It is. And it's hard to teach your kids just because you see it. That doesn't mean you do it. Especially when once they leave out your sight and up under your thumb, they're do whatever.
Yeah.
And it's just so hard to be able to keep them from falling victim to this type of behavior.
Yeah. And I think that we have to be aware of what we say in front of our kids. When we think that we're behind our closed doors talking about folks like with her nappy head, that type of stuff.
Oh, you need to go in there and fix up her bathroom. She needs to.
Yeah.
Okay. Larry Johnson says trust issues arise because someone is always afraid of someone getting more than them. As a group, we don't want to work with each other and support one another because we are afraid that someone will sorry, it moved. Each other and support one another because we are afraid that someone will up someone instead of realizing we are all having the opportunity to win and come up. That's it. Because we are always saying, hey, root, like, let's go.
Yes.
Tell me when you watching Jeopardy or Wheel of Fortune or The Price is Right, if that one Black person is on there, that's not who you're rooting for. Tell me that's not who you're rooting for.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, it's in us. We just don't bring it out to the world like we should.
And let me tell you something. There's a company, and it's an MLM company called Amway, okay? Amway started because a group of white people got together and they said, we need for you to buy your toothpaste, your this, and all this stuff right here. If you go and Google it right now, Amway is still, after 40, 50 some years, is still the number one MLM in the whole wide world, okay? Amway. The thing is that if you sell toilet tissue. Larry sell he owns a grocery store. She sells bank bracelets. Everybody has this. Instead of us going and buying all of our stuff, the stuff that we use all the time from our people, we will say, no. Ming Ling have better hair than Jocelyn
and we both get it from the same place.
And we getting it they getting it from the same place. And the thing is, Ming Ling, she doesn't invest in our community. She ain't giving us no jobs.
Nothing.
She ain't doing nothing. But you have this sister over here. She's in the neighborhood. She has to shop here. She has to do here. We don't know how to support each other. Hispanic people and white people.
But that's a trust thing. It goes back to the trust.
But let me tell you, the one good thing that happened in 2020, and I hate to say this, but George Floyd was a martyr, okay? Because it opened up Black people's eyes. I'll give it to Black people. I've seen Black people in the past year support each other more than I've ever seen in my 40-something years.
Yes.
Now, I will give you,
I have seen that too.
I'm going to give Black people that, because even for myself, I've supported so many Black businesses this year. When I say Black, I bought some pads from a Black guy in our crew, and they work very well, sir. But I just think that we are supporting each other. But it takes somebody to die. We have to get pissed off and mad at the man before we'll say.
And our dollar is the most powerful dollar.
Oh my God, our dollar is
it's the
ridiculous.
most powerful. Yes. And instead of us investing in each other, you're like, no, it's like always a problem.
We scared that somebody else gonna get rich. But let me tell you what my white friend told me. She told me, she said, Marsha, can you answer a question for me? I was like, sure. She said, why is it that when you do make it, why you don't turn back around and help the person behind you or teach them how you got there? I said, I can't speak for them because I would do it. I don't know.
But it's not enough that would.
But she's right. There are too many people. All these people that are in celebrities and stuff like that, if they took their money together and reinvested into us, the community, not me, but us, we would get so much further.
I mean, but even when LeBron did the school and he's doing all these other things, everybody still talks about he is never enough.
It's never enough.
But he can't take care of the entire country. You have to start small in where you're from, in your community, and hope that you've inspired someone in another community to do the same thing. Because there's celebrities from everywhere.
Yeah, we're celebrities. We're doing our part.
Yes, we try.
We're doing it right now.
Nikita has a comment. She says, we have to make each other aware. It's going to be uncomfortable, but it has to happen. Same way we making it known about social injustices, we have to put it out there.
Come on, Keita.
Fight for it.
Come on, Keita. That's it. The same way we got up there and hollered about George Floyd and Breonna Taylor. And like I said, we should have stood up, and I'm proud of us. But we also have to stand up for financial literacy. We also have to stand up for, I need you to learn how to talk use good grammar. If you have to play the game, I need you. A lot of people think, well, you're a sellout if you do that. I don't care what people call me. I could care less.
Okay, so Larry came back and said, our biggest issues is that we are afraid of the risk. We are always the last to win because we are too busy waiting. We don't believe it's for the majority of us to win and be financially educated and to grow. That's good. That's real good. I like that. He's right. We're always afraid of if I got $50 and it's my last $50, and I'm like, okay, well, I ain't for to invest in that because I don't know what I'm gonna eat tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
But you invest in it, you're gonna still get through tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't even matter if you have $50 or not, because you've
Yes.
been without that $50 before
Yes.
with nothing and you made it.
Yes.
We're so afraid to try.
I have so many people, they always laughing at me because they're like, well, how many businesses do you have? And what all have you tried? And I will try anything once. I will try it because my thing is that we look at Einstein, we look at all these people who did all these great inventions. They tried, they failed 1,000 times, but that one time it worked. But we're afraid to take the risk.
Okay, Rebecca. Oh, this is nice, Rebecca. This is a 16-year-old girl, you guys.
Mm-hmm.
She says it's hard for Black people to get on top because of the things they have experienced. Lots of Black people have the mindset of, I'm not going to get that job because I'm competing against a white person.
Mm-hmm.
So we are in the same place for years, stuck.
Let me tell you something.
Being
Where is
still.
Andy at? Baby, when I say she should be so proud,
She is.
oh
She's
my God.
I'm pretty sure she's going to come in. That's my baby.
Yes.
Yes. Yes, they're stuck.
But
it's as if they can't see anything better for themselves.
Yeah.
And it's so sad.
Yeah. And it's, my thing is, a lot of times is that how to dream. We lost our ability to dream. And I'm talking about dream big. Dream without limits. We lost that ability.
Carla says we have to create our own system. The American system has and will always be against us. Sure will. Until we take over. David says we rob and kill each other, gangs, drugs, etc. I have been in plenty of fights in my lifetime. David, now I'm about to start looking at you differently now. All of them have been against another Black person. My family and I were attacked 2 years ago walking down Ocean Boulevard in Myrtle Beach. I remember that. By a Black man. Why? For what? Just one example of why we don't trust each other.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I used to see people when they were down staying with someone to help get back on their feet. And as soon as they get a check, they can't save and come up because the person who was allowing you to stay. Okay, well, I can't see the rest of it. I can't. Oh. Okay. Save it on their own. This thing has just jumped. I don't even know. And get back on your feet. See you with money. Now they want you to pay something on a bill or do this or that. Then problems occur and it ends bad because, again, we can't work together. Instead of allowing them to save and get on their feet, get their own place and move on, we sometimes take before we give. Yeah, we sometimes take before we give. Those who we are trying to help the chance to die what we originally agreed to do.
Yeah.
Listen. Do not allow people to come into your space if you cannot take it once they leave and they have something for themselves. Don't go, well, I was there for you.
Oh, yeah.
That's what you were supposed to do. I mean, your heart told you to do that. They don't owe you. You were giving back. File it on your taxes.
So when I left my ex-husband, Janice's daddy, and I left New Mexico, and I came to Dallas. My cousin had just moved into her brand new house, okay, and she was like, "You can come and stay with me," and I was like, "No, you should just your brand new house." She let me come and stay with her. She didn't ask me for anything. She let me get on my feet. She let me, I'm talking about let me get myself all the way together. And it's been 20 something years. I ain't never, not once, heard anybody say that she said anything about me or nothing. And when I say I love her, I'm talking about I may not talk to her every single day, but when I say I love her because I was in a bad place and she took me in and she covered me. And I think that that's, like he said, we have to do that. If we're going to help somebody, we should help them, and we shouldn't
with no attachments.
Yes. I should never hear you say, I did this for you. You'll never hear me. If I do something for you tomorrow, you'll never in your life hear me say, well, when you was down, I had your back and I did this and that. If you love me and you care about me and you want me to succeed, you should have did it.
Right. Okay. David gave us a correction. He said, correction. I did fight 2 Hispanics. Keita, did you know he was this angry? I told you he was Andre. I told you he was Andre.
He done beat up everybody.
Right. Okay. So, any racism? What are there any Black people on here that's married to a white person? Any? Come through. Come tell us your stories, because I like to hear them.
I think that we as a community, we also have to stop looking at that like all white people ain't bad.
Right.
And to be really honest with you, I do thank God for white, Black, all of them. Because you have to understand something. Our bus would still be slaves if it weren't for a white person. Because
this girl said racism is off the chain in South Carolina.
Now, I will say, when I lived in North Carolina, I felt like when it came to jobs.
You probably were.
Yeah, because I thought that I was extremely qualified.
They told you was overqualified.
Yes. And this lady, she did try to explain to me. She was like, I said, I think they're just racist. She was like, well, no, not really. North Carolina, they are good old boys.
No. So if you already knew somebody, then maybe you could get in. But they already got their homeboy lined up for that spot.
Yes.
So you not getting in there.
Yes.
You got to know somebody that knows somebody that knows something about it.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, well, I have a question for y'all. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle and the interview they did with Oprah. What were your thoughts when you heard that someone approached Harry with what your baby's skin color is going to be?
Yeah.
It couldn't have been me, because Harry was the wild one. So I'm trying to figure out why he didn't get in a fight with somebody. That's what I'm trying to figure out. What my baby's skin color going to be. What? Seriously? And did you see the memes?
Oh, yeah.
Where they had Michael Blackson talk about what Archie looks like, and then what they think he's gonna look like. See, we laughing about it, but that's racist. It's so colorist. It's all that. That's so funny. Nobody has any thoughts on that. So that whole interview was kind of
yeah. But do you think that they experienced all that because she was Black?
Definitely why.
But they're saying we're not racist though.
We don't want to taint the blood. But do you see what's happening in that blood? They need to taint it. They need all of us up in there. Because you know that. Yes. Look at Archie. Baby cute. Okay, so let's move on to verbal abuse.
Yes. And
why we speak to our children in such a vulgar language. Why do we talk to them? Talk down to them.
Okay, so first tell the whole Kirk Franklin
story. No, but this isn't about Kirk Franklin.
I know, but
because I truly feel that Kirk Franklin was okay in my
I
life.
ain't gonna lie to you. Yeah. So
He was okay.
did too, but it was. But everybody else is looking at it as
Right,
verbal
Rebecca.
verbal abuse, though.
Is it verbal abuse, or is it I'm letting you know right now
I think
that
he was
I will
frustrated.
whoop yo? He said he's been going through a lot with his child, in and out of counseling.
Yeah.
The child has just had problems his entire life. So that's that. But there are families that moms talk to their daughters like they're equal, and they're gonna fight them like they dogs in the street.
Yeah.
We have dads that talk to their sons like young, not grown. I'm not talking about this 30-something-year-old man, because he needed his daddy to talk to him like that. But why do you even have to put yourself in a position to where you have to talk to your children like that?
Yeah. I put a video in the group, and this guy, I listened to everything that he was saying, and when he was talking,
I think that's what it is, Rebecca, because it's Kirk Franklin. That's the reason why they think it's bad. I don't give a dang. He's a parent. Calling kids by the color of their skin. Get your black out the bed is an example of colorism. Yep.
And it's
now
also,
if he was Kevin Hart saying it, that would be hilarious. It would be hilarious. Because Kevin Hart is stupid. Now what?
Well, the guy I posted in the group, this black guy, and I listened to everything he said. And I was sitting up there like, well,
you was feeling bad about something you said,
because he was talking about when he grew up that his mom and dad talked to him rough, and he decided that when he got kids, he would not talk to them in that manner, and that like Giovanni said that he wouldn't spank his kids because
he don't believe that that's the way of correcting the behavior.
Yes. Okay. And he said that it basically it keeps going.
The cycle.
The cycle keeps going.
The generational curse.
Yes, and that your kids continue, they'll talk to their kids like that, and that just creates self-hate. That all of that stuff creates self-hate, and it creates the issue that we have in our community.
Right. Because you talking to your 5-year-old like they some in the street.
Little ML.
Yeah, and everything. Calling your daughters bees, all that.
Let me tell you something.
That's not okay.
It's not okay.
It's not okay.
It's not okay.
If you ever done it, you should. Shame on you.
Shame on me.
Have you ever done it?
Oh God.
That's not okay.
It's not.
I'm glad she knows that you love her, because if my mom, I just knew my mom hated me.
I know. Hold on here. It's not something that I say all the time, but one time Janai had made me so mad, and I said something bad. I'm talking about like I went straight Oak Cliff gutter, and then told her I do way worse than Kirk Franklin.
But you know that wasn't okay.
I told her,
and regardless of what she did.
Oh, it was definitely. And I went to her because let me tell you something. A lot of times Black parents we don't know how to apologize to our children because we think they're our kids. I went to her and said, listen, I was way out of line. And you pissed me off, no doubt. But I should have never said that to you. But yeah.
Because you are a princess.
She's a princess, but that day right there,
she was something else.
And then I cried and I called my best friend and I told her I was a bad mother. And she told me, she said, no. She said, no, you're not. You of all.
Is that the same time when I told you were? That's not good.
I agree it's not good, but I guarantee you she got the point. I guarantee I ain't had to say nothing else to her.
I'm trying to remember. I mean, I could have said something to my boys. And I jokingly, like, if they say, sorry, mom, I'm like, you sorry, all right. But that's just me reenacting Ike Turner. You sorry, all right. Sorry. And we laugh about it or whatever, but they know I'm not serious. mm-hmm. saying that they're sorry, because that's something, if every time they did something, they want to, get that type of feed, that's not okay. Okay, what David said. Okay. I said similar to one or two of my older children a time or two. I definitely don't always talk like that. No. However, children will bring out the worst in you sometimes.
I'm talking about they
never my younger children, but the older sons have to get G-checked.
I'm telling you.
I'll pray and ask for forgiveness later.
I'm right there with you. My thing is, sometimes your child can take you there, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about on a day. I used to have a cousin.
Y'all saying, there has been a time or two. I'm talking about verbal abuse from the time that they're 6 months old, where they won't stop crying, they teething, and you're constantly saying stuff to the baby. Baby don't even know their name, but they know something else.
My cousin used to call her kids little MFs and little MFs and little stupid MFs, dumb MFs.
Yes, you keep calling me that. That's what I'm gonna think. Well, ain't no need for me to do well in school because I'm stupid, right, Mom?
Yeah,
that's what you call me.
And I think that they end up being some ignorant MFs.
Rebecca said us kids like to challenge y'all's gangster.
I'm telling you now.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't challenge your mama, cuz your mama crazy. I was with her when she was 20.
Here.
Let me tell you. No, if you buck, hey.
Yeah. Yes.
That's not cute. Don't challenge your parents. Don't do it. But I would tell my kids, you know what? Y'all playing with my freedom. I done fought all these years in the military for freedom. But right now, you're challenging my freedom. I locked up, but if you keep acting the way that you're acting, I'm probably going to get locked up.
Yeah.
I've never spoke to them like my mother spoke to me. I've never.
Yeah.
David said, I'm not as good as I once was, but I'm as good as I used to be.
Amen.
Some of his sons found out real quick.
I know that's right.
Hey, don't hurt them. Lord. Dallas is going to be the one, though, David. So you better stay on him. But I just feel like parents that every day, that verbal abuse every day, you're failure.
Yeah.
And we don't, in our community, y'all know we don't do too much going to counseling and this, that, and the other.
Which we should, and that's why we got a lot of other issues. But
no, that's a part of the problem, because we've been brainwashed with our parents in our ear, and if we didn't change that cycle of abuse, now we're in our kids' ear, and they're going to be in their kids' ear, and it's just generation after generation, and no one's being counseled about why they're angry and why they can't filter out all the negativity and find a different way of telling their child that they should have washed the dishes. Usually it's something stupid. Why you left your shoes right here? But shoes and you MFing no good.
Yeah.
All kinds of unnecessary stuff.
Yeah. And that
can you please just come pick your shoes up? Why I gotta keep telling you about your shoes being in the floor? And it's that simple.
Yeah. And telling kids you just like your daddy.
Right.
That's a big thing that a lot of women
I kind of felt like my mom hated me because I look like my dad. Lord Jesus, if I'm lying, I'm lying. Yes. I promise you, she would say stuff to me, and I would really hate myself for looking like him, because it was always a trigger for her. Doesn't matter what it was. Oh, ain't no more cereal. I done drunk the last little bit of milk. Whatever. It's a problem. Yeah. Don't be taking that out on me. I ain't told you who to lay with. David says, that's why I have to keep doing all this doggone PT. He said Dallas is a whole new level.
Let me tell you, I listen, Gianna, I think
And Rebecca, that's the problem. We're not giving those affirmations to our children. She said her mom has always told her that she was smart and pretty, etc.
Yes.
So no one can tell her anything different. Period.
Yes. I get up every single morning. I put on Toby song, wake up every morning. Me and Gianna got a whole thing every morning. Now sometimes she be in a bad mood and don't, but I still do it. I put on that.
That's why she be so happy.
Yes, I wake up. We do wake up every morning. I play that song about change, and then I tell her, "You are beautiful. You are great. You are powerful. You are bold. And I say all that, even as a little bitty baby, because in my mind,
it's a routine. She knows it.
I gotta put
as she gets older, she'll know it.
Yes. So we're gonna spend these last few minutes. We done talked about a lot of stuff. So we dug it all up. Now let's put it to bed. So how do we help our community? Where do we go from here? We talked about it, but what's the solution?
I don't know what the solution is. I think everybody has to get fed up with what they're going through. And they have to know that there's a communicate. They have to know that there's counseling out there if they so choose to go get it. Other than that, I don't know, because it's generations on generations on generations of abuse and trust issues and dysfunction. And I don't know. Only thing you can do is be better in your generation so you can teach your kids better. Even when they having that open line of communication. So when they go to school and have to hear someone says, "Oh, you're pretty for a dark-skinned girl." You can cut them off. "No, I'm pretty, period."
Yes. The next time I hear
dark skin, light skin, purple, like Rebecca said. It doesn't matter what color my skin is, because what's the girl name that played Zoe Saldana, or whatever her name is? She was blue, gorgeous, green, gorgeous.
Zoe Saldana, yeah.
It don't matter what color she is. She's just beautiful.
Yeah.
So that, I think that's where it has to start. Doing like Drea and giving your children those positive affirmations.
So would you say that it starts with me?
Yes.
And I think that's what we as a community, I can't be responsible for what you do, but I can be responsible for what I do.
And teaching your children respect, because even if you try to go outside of your home and you hear children saying stuff that they have no business saying, I'm like, pull them to, "Hey, excuse me, young man, come here. Excuse me, young lady, come here. You know you're too pretty to just be speaking like that." In a nice way, just to let them know that, you know what, I don't have to do that, or I don't have to do this to get my point across. Okay. Nikita says, keep having the conversations. That's a must. Tamisha says, hi, Tamisha. Tamisha, we have on our shirts. Look. Oh, yeah, that works too. Okay. My mother didn't have to cuss me out. Just say my whole government name, and I and I went and sat my behind down somewhere, because I knew that time it was about to be. What time it was about to be. Okay, Rebecca says, what parents don't understand is the things they say to their kids constantly will make their kids want to change things about themselves in the future. Y'all better listen to these kids.
Yeah.
And she also says, lead by example. You can't change the way people think or what they do, but what you can do is show them how they can be better humans.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. That baby.
My baby's so smart.
I'm telling you.
She's so smart. Y'all better listen to that baby. Y'all better listen to her, because she's very, very intelligent. And she's speaking from a teenage perspective.
And I think for us as Black women, we have to keep we have to keep uplifting each other, speaking into each other, um, and like basically she said, just lead by example,
Nikita said Rebecca is the real MVP.
right?
Yes.
hmm And let me tell you something. I'm so proud that, like I said, we have this type of platform, and we can even impact. We're impacting her life too. You know what I'm saying? This is good. This is so good. But yeah, we just got to keep having the conversation, like Keita said, and not be afraid to um
Hi, Sharita.
not be afraid to speak up and say, hey, I see you. Like the other day, oh y'all, let me tell y'all,
What happened?
when I was walking and you told me, I see you. To me, those words like penetrated my soul, because when another woman says, I see you, it does something to you. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, what we're not gonna do is start crying on this live.
I know.
So we're gonna go on comment. But I was talking about you today. I was talking to Shay. I said, Shay, you see Marsha, don't you? She said she's so dedicated. I was like, I'm so proud of her.
I'm telling you.
That's some real discipline that I don't have. I wish, Lord, I wish I had a tenth of what you got. Okay, David. He said, I definitely learned and became wiser in many areas of my life. I try to help everyone that comes my way and ask for it. Most likely not financially, but with the knowledge that I have learned over the years. I've acknowledged my past mistakes, shortcomings, and corrected them. Each one teach one.
Yes.
Use your platform. We all have one.
Yes.
That is correct.
Yes.
We do it with our children. When other people's kids ask, when grown people come around and they fall short somewhere, like, well, did you think about doing this? Well, this program over here will help you with that. We have to do this for our people. We have to be better toward each other.
Yeah.
In order for this to get better, we have to be better toward each other.
Yeah. And just because you have some knowledge, you ain't got to sell everything. I know a lot of different stuff about finance, business. Do you know how much free information I give away? It's okay to give away some of your knowledge for free. I ain't saying give all of it away free, but there are some things that you should just give freely. If I can help you be a better person, let me invest in you. So I really definitely think it comes down to us taking ownership and doing what we can. But at the same time, we as a community, we got to wake up and we got to get busy too.
And hopefully when you do that and they succeed, they'll turn around and help somebody else. And then they turn around and help somebody else. And it becomes a cycle of paying it forward.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then maybe somebody can start a whole community center. It can get really big for us if we just freely give.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, she said she sure does appreciate your knowledge.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So we're going to go ahead and close this out. This has been a blast. Oh, I gave someone else the same knowledge today. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's simple.
You want to know something though? In the past few years though, it's like God has connected me with so many beautiful women, especially in the past year. I've connected with so many beautiful women that are just like go-getters and don't have an issue with sharing their knowledge or
experiences together.
Oh my God.
And it's such a beautiful thing because most time people are like, well,
yeah.
But that hasn't been our experience.
No, not at all. Not at all.
And we try to reach out to other people
Mhm.
to, I mean, just to feel what we go through. It's so
amazing.
yeah, it is.
So amazing.
It is definitely that. Sharita says, both of you ladies have poured into me. Thank you. Mwah.
Oh,
And Tamisha says, thank you for offering this platform, ladies.
it'll make me cry.
I
I'm
know.
telling you.
We just want a better future for our grandkids.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I do love Black people. I do. I love them so much. And I want us to be better as a community. But I just feel like Larry has said, we walk around with so much fear in us, and we have forgot how to dream.
Mm-hmm.
And if we could just put off that fear and learn to dream again and to see ourselves the way that God sees us, that we are kings and queens. And if we could just see that again, if you go back and look at Egypt, all of those were Black people, and the way that they saw themselves. And we don't see ourselves like that anymore. We see ourselves we want stimulus checks to
we're B's and H's and
yes,
MFs and all these other S's
and we're
all of it is BS.
Yes, and we think that we got to be a Louis Vuitton, we got to be a Gucci, we got to be a this, we got to be a that. When
It just got to be us.
That's it.
How about be a Marsha bag?
Yes,
Marsha got her own line. I mean, I'm just saying, like,
yeah,
we don't necessarily have to follow the trend of spending all this money when we know we don't really have it, or we could have invested it in something that was gonna, give us some.
But we think
benefits.
that that's where we get our value from, and that's not where we get our value from. Our value comes from this, what we're doing right here and now, having this conversation. We talking about it.
Okay. Well, David says, what you two are doing right now is providing a platform for knowledge sharing. Appreciate y'all. Keep it up. Okay. So listen, this is what we challenge you guys to do. We challenge you guys to share with other people of African descent this page, and to go to YouTube and subscribe to our Let's Talk About It with us, Etoya and Marshall. E. Dudley. Can't forget the E. Dudley.
All right. So this has been really, really good.
Yes, it has.
Yeah. I think next we got to come with something funny, okay? Because we've been riding
funny
hard.
and funny. I mean, this was good, and I mean,
and it has. It has been really, really been good the past few segments. We got to do something a little lighthearted.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now that we've told y'all to stop looking at that light skinned gal. Mad.
Or that dark skin girl.
Or that darky.
Oh, we didn't even talk about the hair thing though.
Oh, what hair thing? Wait.
Because
wearing our hair. I think that's a whole conversation of its own.
Yeah, natural hair and permed hair. And you
Damien said, let Carlos host. He's funny. Carlos though we want to come on here. And then Carlos is going to talk about something that's only going to pertain to guys. Yeah. Maybe we'll come up with something real flashy for next time. Oh God, Rebecca, talking about bring Uncle Carlos in there.
He ain't gonna come.
He
ain't gonna do it
unless we do it at the house where he's just sitting right there. He's probably not gonna.
Okay, well we may need to change things next week.
No.
Yeah, but we'll think of something.
We'll come up with something.
Or either y'all just drop us something funny, lighthearted, or whatever that we can talk about.
And you can just post it on our page,
but still edifies our community. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So
this was wonderful conversation, and I hope you all go and subscribe to our page.
Yes.
Like, share this page with people. The only way we can get it to the masses if everybody works together. So Rebecca, get all of your little teenage friends. Not all of them, just the ones with melanin.
Yes. So let me tell you.
I'm just kidding.
I'm putting it out there.
Not to this page.
I'm decreeing and declaring in the
YouTube.
name of Jesus. This is going big. This is going to be very, very big,
You
especially
receive it.
on YouTube. I'm telling y'all, this is gonna be big. So we need 1,000 subscribers, people. So make it happen. Go on YouTube, subscribe to our channel. All right, so let's go ahead and we're gonna take this on out.
And you're gonna do the benediction.
You don't love demo tape.
Let's talk about it.
Oh my God.
Let's get over here. It's a whole hour, 10 minutes.
Okay.
Okay. Good night, y'all. Oh, wait.
What?
Tune in next week for another episode of Let's Talk About It. Good night, y'all.
Good night.
We silly.